If you ever find yourself in Serbia, you will notice that communication goes far beyond words. Even during your first interaction with Serbs, they will probably kiss you on the cheeks, hug you, or simply but firmly shake your hand. You will soon realize that Serbs are expressive people who love to express their emotions, joke around, use a large hand and body gestures. While each culture has its own nonverbal communication, each nationality brings something unique to the table, and Serbia has quite a few gestures to show off. So let's decode the most common and fun ones. While most cultures do a standard handshake or 2 kisses on the cheeks while greeting someone, Serbs like to take things one step further and do 3 poljupca u obraz, triple kiss on the cheeks, left, right, left. We usually use this type of greeting for birthdays, slavas, anniversaries, weddings, and other significant celebrations. And why 3 times? Well, number 3 plays a big part in Serbian culture and tradition. It has religious roots, and it's also part of our national identity. This is why you'll see another interesting gesture among Serbs. Have you ever noticed that whenever there is a big sporting event, Serbian athletes and supporters like to show 3 fingers, 3 prsta, like this. Holding these 3 fingers represents our country in general, our culture and nation. That's why you can often hear people shouting Serbia while holding these 3 fingers up. It's all about cheering and supporting our country and athletes. Another common gesture you will definitely see is crossing oneself, krstiti se. Whether we're in a bus and passing a church, or we just heard some bad news, or we're surprised and overwhelmed by something, we will probably instinctively cross ourselves once, twice, or most commonly, you guessed it, 3 times. And we also use 3 fingers joined together like this when we do this gesture. Sometimes you may even hear Bože sačuvaj or Bože pomozi if we are crossing ourselves because of something negative we have just heard or seen. Just to be extra expressive and make sure the evil spirits and negative thoughts go away. Speaking of evil spirits, we do have a bulletproof gesture to repel all the bad luck in the world, knocking on wood 3 times. Yes, we do everything 3 times, you should get used to it. This gesture is usually followed with the expression da kucnem u drvo. Gesturing it while also wording what you're doing is a double certainty that the evil is repelled. This is one of the superstitions you will see and hear a lot. It can happen when you talk about something good that's happening to you or something that you wish to happen, so you use this little trick to make sure the good stays and the bad stays away from it. Renoviranje kuće ide odlično. Da kucnem u drvo. Now, you know how in the US and UK they cross their fingers as a gesture of hoping something will happen? Well, we do have a gesture and a saying that is identical to fingers crossed in English, and that is držim palčeve. I'm holding my thumbs. For example, srećno danas na ispitu, držim ti palčeve. We have one gesture that initially had one meaning, and now it has a completely different one. The gesture looks like this. So it's very much similar to the previous one, just with a thumb sticking out. And this is called šipak. The word šipak literally means rose hip, that is the fruit of the wild rose. We drink čaj šipka, rose hip tea, a lot in Serbia. Initially, this fig gesture was used to protect someone from evil, of course. However, today, a thumb between the index and middle finger means kako da ne, or samo se nadaj. Even the word šipak has a colloquial meaning of no way. You wish. For example, misliš da ćeš dobiti povišicu? Šipak. Another funny fact is that parents often forbid their children from using this gesture as it can be seen as rude or obscene, something like giving someone a middle finger, for example. So make sure to read the situation correctly and know the person well before you use this one. This next gesture is actually two gestures that actually come in pairs, and kids absolutely dread them. The first one is cheek pinching, or as we say it, štipanje obraza. This happens during big family gatherings where the aunts start pinching children on the cheeks like this and say something along the lines of "Jao, što si mi sladak" or slatka. We all hated this when we were kids. But unfortunately, this isn't the end of it. Usually, right after the cheek pinching, comes the ear pulling, just like this, followed by da porasteš veliki or velika. We usually do this one when we are wishing a child a happy birthday. This phrase is also one of the wishes. Da porasteš veliki means to grow into a big, healthy girl or boy. Now, if you've ever been to a Serbian party or any type of celebration, you could have noticed how Serbian men dance. They all have the same move. A half-lifted arm with an index finger, we call it kažiprst, up in the air like this, moving it to the rhythm of a song. This is very funny because if you look closely, every man on a dance floor will be doing the same exact move. Sometimes you might notice a fist, pesnica, up in the air instead of just an index finger. I guess this is their way to spice things up a bit. And lastly, I want to ask you, do you know what this gesture means? We use this gesture in two situations. When we bump into someone and we want to greet them, but we are too far or we can't speak at the moment, it means "Ćao." The other situation is when you want to ask someone how things are going, like "Šta ima" or "Šta se radi." For example, you meet your colleague's eyes across the room and you do this gesture. And the best thing is that we have a few gestures for the response as well, and it's usually eye rolling, head shaking, or a dismissive hand gesture. All of them have the same meaning. Ne pitaj. All right, when you master these gestures, I promise you will be much less confused when talking to Serbs. Since we are very expressive people, this will definitely come in handy when you come face to face with us. Tell us which one is your favorite and let us know if you use some of them in your culture as well.